What if the Challenger would never have exploded? Hello, curious minds. Tonight's question isn't one that can ever be answered by science, but only by curiosity and imagination. Today is the anniversary of the Challenger shuttle tragedy, and that got me thinking, what if things had been different? What if the Challenger had never exploded? What if Christa McAuliffe, the teacher aboard the shuttle, had delivered her lessons from space and the crew had returned safely to Earth? It's one of those midnight questions that feels too big to answer, but let's try anyway. If Challenger had succeeded, it's hard to overstate what it might have meant for space exploration, education, and the future. The Teacher in Space program was designed to inspire. Christa McAuliffe was going to broadcast lessons from orbit, speaking directly to students on Earth. Imagine how powerful that could have been for a generation of kids. Space wouldn't have been some faraway concept reserved for astronauts. It would have felt accessible, even personal. Maybe we would have seen the Teacher in Space program expand, with other teachers or even everyday citizens taking part. NASA might have deepened its connection to education, creating a movement where kids grew up dreaming not just about being astronauts, but about using science to solve the world's problems. NASA itself might have had a very different path. The Challenger explosion was a devastating blow to its reputation and caused years of delay in the shuttle program. Without that tragedy, NASA could have moved forward without interruption, achieving milestones sooner. Maybe the International Space Station would have been built earlier. Maybe we would have seen a more aggressive push towards Mars or the development of new technologies for deep space exploration. And then there's the question of commercial spaceflight. Challenger's failure made the risks of human space travel painfully clear. Investors and governments became cautious, which slowed progress for years. Without that hesitation, perhaps private companies like SpaceX or Blue Origin could have been founded earlier. We might have already had regular, affordable trips to orbit, or even further, for anyone with enough curiosity and cash. But there are also practical realities. Even with Challenger's success, space travel would still be extraordinarily expensive and technically challenging. Safety concerns and the sheer cost of innovation would have made it hard to achieve things overnight. Still, it's fascinating to think about where we might be now. Would we already have people walking on Mars? Would we have started exploring the long-term effects of living in space on human biology, mutations and all? Could we even have spaceships that are open to the general public, like some kind of galactic airline? We'll never know. But I like to imagine that if the Challenger disaster had never happened, it would have sparked at least one generation to dream bigger, to reach further, and to create amazing things across all STEM fields. Who knows, maybe we would already be rewriting the boundaries of what's possible in space exploration and on Earth. If you found this episode interesting, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. If you have any other midnight questions keeping you up at night, don't hesitate to share them in the comments. Until next time, stay curious and don't forget to dream. I am Mari, and this is Midnight Question.